Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, do you know there's just 169 days until Christmas 2021? And today we've got a lot to celebrate. Just very excited to share that we've surpassed the 4,000 hours of watch time required to be monetized. We have we have over 1,000 subscribers. So now we just wait for YouTube to catch up and to monetize us. And as you've heard, every Thursday, I have a co-host with me, a magic maker, my good friend. Hello.
It's me. Yay.
It's you.
The best part of the show, except for every other time you're on.
Oh my goodness. So Will Morgan has a video, Meta Egg video premiering at 1:30 p.m. today. So in an hour and a half, go check out Meta Egg. We should be done here by then, I hope. But a couple of things here right off the top. So I've announced early on that when we've met the monetization requirements, when we hit those 4,000 hours, so we had a big giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers. And I sent all those out to everybody. It was fantastic. So I said, when we get 4,000 subscribers, that I would give away this Black Series Jar Jar Binks. So you see, there's Jar Jar Binks right there. We're going to give that away to somebody based on your comments and Discord membership. So here's how you do it. If you're already a member of our Discord, you've gotten one entry into the drawing today. If on the Star Wars Santa channel in Discord, you type in 4004, you get 10 additional entries. Or if you're not in the Discord and you'd like to get 10 entries in the chat here, if you put the number 4004, you'll get 10 entries into the drawing for the Jar Jar Binks later today. So type that in. We'll know that you're active, that you're paying attention, and we'll put you in the drawing. And then after the show today, I'm going to put in all the folks who entered 4004 and draw somebody out. So ZooVM's trolling me on Discord. You know, he trolls me all the time. So do that. Let me see what's he up to now. You know, he's always up to no good. There he is. So he's saying it's a Mission Fleet care package. So one of the things that I've been excited about, and I ordered it some time ago, is I pre-ordered. Oh, I see people enter. Oh, and just as a matter of note, the maximum number of entries you can get is 11. So you get 1 for being a member of Discord. You get 10 for commenting 4004 here or 4004 in the Discord. So for a maximum of 11, not 21, 11. So Sheev the Wise, he's got it. So another big exciting thing, and I say big because I just got this package from FedEx. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
The moment has arrived.
The moment is here.
We gotta see the package. What does it say?
This package came just before the show started, so I haven't opened it yet. So we're going to open this right now. So let's get in here.
We have a bet on this, so this is actually really important.
I can't remember what the stakes are, though.
I don't remember what it is either. It's just that I probably am permanently on the wall of shame. So whenever I enter, I have to go shame.
So I gotta open this. Oh my goodness. So here it is, folks. You ready for the reveal? There it is. What's it say on it?
I can't see it. I don't know. Uh-oh. Shame.
Dun, dun, dun.
Shame.
Right. It says Slave 1 right on it.
Imagic Maker was wrong.
Oh, so many people were wrong. So many people were wrong. You know, this the vintage collection re-release of the Slave 1. You could pre-order them earlier this year. And X-Wing, I see you. You know you too. X-Wing, you too. There it is. right on this. This was just released. They started shipping them last week. So X-Wing says, I just got mine too. All that controversy about Boba Fett's starship and on that Lego packaging. This was made right now. It's made this year. So that's the deal. And it was just shipped last week. So the question is, when was it in production? That's the question, Nikki. That's right. So that's the question. Here's something else, folks. Because we've reached this goal, we are going to start, as soon as we get everything set up, we're going to start having giveaways for our channel members. And the way this is planned is we'll have 3 tiers here on Discord once it opens up. And let me just hit the banner here so everybody can see this. So we're going to have 3 tiers of memberships. Tier 1 is $2 a month. $2 a month enters you into a vintage collection drawing every month. One of the figures that I've reviewed, we will ship out to somebody based on that vintage membership. The second membership level is Black Series membership. So the Black Series memberships, those will be $5 a month here on Discord. So $2 for the vintage collection membership. $5 for the Black Series. With the Black Series, you'll be entered into the drawing for a vintage collection figure, so along with the vintage collection folks. And then you'll also be eligible for a Black Series figure giveaway. And then we'll have a third level that's for our Premier membership. That will be $10 a month. And on occasion, as funds allow, depends how many people join at that level, how many super chats we get and stuff like that, we will purchase a Premier figure, maybe a hot toy or maybe a lightsaber, something higher value, and we will give that away. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. And part of it, again, once we get the funds, once the funds start coming in, this slave one, this one right here, you know what I'm going to say? We're going to give this one away too. So,
no.
Oh yes. So,
are you sure it's not the Slaave?
No.
No.
This would be for all.
They have to change the name. They can't say it the other way.
All of our vintage collection members and above will be entered in to win this slave one. Again, I've got to get the funds, right? So it's got to equal out, but this will be part of that. So again, once we get everything set up, once we get the memberships going, this will be included in our giveaways later this year. Now, I'm going to open it. You're not getting an unopened, pristine slave one. I'm going to open it. I'm going to review it. We're going to go through all of it. And then we will do the giveaway. So this is going to be super exciting. I can't wait to start channel memberships and giving these things away. And again, that'll come a little bit later. We'll give more information on that as it comes. So we are just thrilled to death here that we have met the monetization requirements. And I can't wait to get memberships going, get everybody going. Yeah.
And if you, when you get it going, we're also going to create some shame stickers, because if you ever fall on the market, you get those.
you know that happens, and you'll see down at the bottom there's the Wall of Fame this week, and this week we had a very few members on the Wall of Fame. And how do you get on the Wall of Fame?
You beat me.
you beat Santa. Right? You beat Santa. If you beat Santa in our weekly predictions, you get on the Wall of Fame. So let me put this over here and share with everybody what the Wall of Fame looks like this week. And here we go. There you go. Here's our Wall of Fame for week 10, right? So you can see Miknay, he got on there twice. He submitted twice, but Miknay, he only goes on the Wall of Fame once. And then Matt's Lego Films. He was here earlier, but wasn't able to stay. And then you can see everybody who tied with, and Vader's Lair. So Sheev the Wise, he's a little bit of a cheater, but not too bad. right? Vader's Lair. He's on here in the Wall of Fame, but he's also, if you go down the list just a little bit, you'll see him right there with a Magic Maker tied for 12. And you know what happens if you get less correct than a Magic Maker, right?
Shame.
The wall of shame. And you see who's at the bottom of the list here on the page? My good friend Zuvium Martin. And then below that, we've got Making Star Wars. My friend Jason Ward at makingstarwars.net is the very last one on the list. So he pointed out on his channel. So that's fantastic. And then we do have a leaderboard for the year. And I just surpassed T-Rex Killer to go into first spot. And then you can see the top 10 here. So many folks who are here today are already on that top 10. So
you need to make the list there with a yellow below, because I'm about middle pack, which is where I usually stay.
Well, you know, a Magic Maker is correct. Like, he is consistently in that 11 or 12 area. So you know, if you get more than a Magic Maker, you make it on the you save yourself the embarrassment of being on the Wall of Shame. Yeah, Sheev says, I wish I didn't miss a week. I know that he's trying to make up for that, so he's behind. So let me get caught up. Santa got a slave one. I did, and so we're going to be giving away that slave one a little bit later. As once we get the monetization going, once we get some funds coming in, that'll reimburse me for the purchase of it and for the shipping. We'll draw a name out from our members and send that out. So that's a big deal. If you want to be entered for the Jar Jar Binks, the Black Series Jar Jar Binks, make sure you have put 4004 in the chat. And if you join Discord, you can get one more entry. So you get 10 entries putting 4004 in the chat here. You get one for joining Discord. That's a total of 11 that you can get, maximum number of entries, and we'll draw for the Black Series Jar Jar Binks later today. So there you go. So we mentioned the Wall of Fame and the Wall of Shame. So how do you get on the Wall of Fame or the Wall of Shame? You click on the link to take the predictions. You put your predictions in, and you can, on Friday morning when we watch the Bad Batch episode, go through and we score them all and see how they go. So the link is in the description here, and it's in our Discord under the Bad Batch spoilers, and it's in the Den of Nerds Discord in the Bad Batch spoilers. So you can get on any of those there. So thank you so much. And T-Rex, thank you. I saw your compliment. I appreciate it. And you know, or X-Wing, this is great. You know, X-Wing and I have been trying to sync our schedules together. The dude lives out there on the West Coast. He and Sheev like to stream like after Santa's bedtime. So we're trying to set up to do a stream together. It'll be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to do that.
You guys know that Santa's going to save up his sleep, because there's going to be a period of time where he's going to be awake for like 48 hours straight delivering presents.
Darth Chaos says, if I started now, is it too late? No. No, if you join Discord now, today, before the end of this stream, I'll add your name. You get the 1 point there. And then you get the 10 point for putting 4004 in here. And then are you too late to take your predictions for tomorrow? No, you have until the episode airs tonight to put in your predictions. So you could do that. And we have a weekly score. And then, of course, the season tally. So everybody who's been putting their predictions in every week goes into the season.
Yeah, we'll do an average at the end, really, even though it's compilation. The only way to make it even is to do an average at the end.
Yeah. So T-Rex, you're 1 point behind on me there, buddy. You're there. And Baymax has been creeping up on Ducky Momo, trying to surpass Ducky Momo. So we've got some good competition going on. So there you go. So that's fantastic. what else? Is that it? From channel announcements. Oh, other things. We're going to have badges set up. So with membership, of course, you get those monthly badges: 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 12, 24. So we'll be setting those up as well.
Yeah,
And
don't get the shame badge.
do not. You don't want to get the one that looks like my friend Imagic Makers right there. That's the badge of shame.
Badge of shame. Red-eyed with tears.
Oh my goodness! So we do have another topic. Oh, I got to share this too. Look, you guys got to see this. Hold on 1 second here. Let me rescale it. So here we go. I was gonna share this when we were talking about it. There it is. The vintage collection, Slave One. We'll be reviewing this. I hope tomorrow I'll be able to unbox it, do a complete review of it on the channel. So a preview of the thumbnail that we'll have for the review. And we got comments once before when I had the little blue eye thing on the thumbnail that I should get the gangster shades. So there they are. you requested it, you get it. There you go. The
Gangsta Santa.
There you go. We'll be reviewing that. There's the other topic that we want to bring up here, and I wanted to open this is Avi Singh, right? Was Avi Singh, the separatist we saw in episode 10 of the Bad Batch? Was he the separatist center from Raxus?
No.
Right? Was he in A New Hope? So
No.
Right? Is this dude? A Magic Maker says no. Clearly no. I think it's a lot of fun. That folks have gone through and found the similarities between these two guys is fantastic. Right?
He doesn't have a monocle. It can't be him.
He doesn't. Not only does he not have a monocle, but he's updated his mustache chops look just a little bit.
Right. He went from the Victorian era to the 1970s,
which is fair enough. He put some hair gel for men or whatever right in the eyebrows there.
Right.
Get that gray out.
Wash that gray right out of my hair.
Yeah, so I think the similarity is fantastic, right? And yeah, the eyebrows, right? A New Hope has dark eyebrows, not gray, but the shape, the skin color, the mustache is perfect. Come on, right? Hey, this is fantastic, right? I think that you would see it here, but it opens up a question that I think ties in really, really well. Yeah, right. After being a senator, retcon that ASAP. Right. So it raises a question. Did the separatists, as we saw in episode 10, did they become part of the rebellion? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tremendous amount of them, actually.
I
think that's where most of their ships come from.
Oh, yeah. Good point. I agree with you. I think so just as a reminder, Raxus was in the Clone Wars, right? So they became a hub for the separatists. We see an episode in the Clone Wars where they are the separatist homeworld. So I don't know if you want to call it homeworld. They were the
Senate, where the Senate building was what they said.
Yeah. So now we see in Common Ground, the episode that just passed, Common Ground, we saw, Gray's got to go do the weed eating. Okay. We'll see you later, Gray. So in Common Ground, we learned the Common Ground is that the separatists from the before the first galactic empire, right? The separatists are now have common ground with the rebels, right?
Right.
And I agree. I think that the bulk of, if not all of, the separatists now become aligned with the rebels, which is an interesting kind of juxtaposition, right?
Yeah, it is interesting because we don't see in of course later on in the Rebels we don't see any Lucre Hulks and we don't see any of their the long cruisers that they had, but we do see some of the corvettes they had inside the Rebel fleet. So that is there. So if you want to go do a ship by ship comparison, you'll see some of the small corvettes and cruisers, smaller cruisers that were in the Separatist fleet ended up in the Rebel fleet.
Yeah, yeah, and it would make sense why they would be. So just to touch base on it, I suppose, why wouldn't they align with the Galactic Empire? They were opposed to the Republic, right? They were opposed to the Senate and all of that. They were pulling away to become, as their name says, separatists, right? They wanted to separate themselves from the Republic. When the Republic dies and replaced by the Senate, why would they, or by the Empire, why would they automatically be set opposed to them?
Why would they automatically oppose the Empire?
Yeah.
I mean, the Republic was already not meeting their request for an audience, and now the Empire is imposing its will upon them. That's what they had the problem with the Republic in the first place. Now it's just gotten worse. Why would they go along with it? That's the better question.
Yeah, exactly. I raise it because I think it's a good discussion point. I raised up in a chat on another video of that the Separatists, the Rebels, the Rebellion, all of that are now aligned together. And I got a response back saying, well, why would you say that? And I'm like, well, okay, why wouldn't I say that? Right? To me, as soon as it became the Galactic Senate or the Empire, why would they be aligned with it? They were separating so they would have their independence from the Senate, right? They wanted their independence from the
from the laws of the Republic or the taxation, as it were. Even though,
yeah. So
I mean, some things were onerous, and I think that the question is, of course, some things are going to continue. I mean, so like we know that that certain habits and behaviors were condoned by the Empire, and so those separatist groups that were allowed to continue those habits and behaviors or those practices that were onerous by in their own way were allowed to continue. So they of course would align with the Empire because they're going to profit from it. And those that were seeking more independence from the Republic, those would be ones that would align with the Rebels.
Yeah, they wanted their independence from that larger organization, and really, right? The RF Gaming Channel put it well that to the layperson, the Empire was a continuation of the Republic, just under a different name. All the same folks were sort of there, right? Palpatine was there before as a chancellor, and now he's the emperor. Really, it's the same thing, just different structure. And they weren't leaving because it was the Republic. They were leaving because they wanted their independence. They wanted their autonomy. And they were tired of the bureaucracy involved with the Republic. Now, while the Emperor replaces bureaucracy, right? And that's what Anakin really complained about, right? He said, like they're stalemated on everything, right? They can't make any decisions. Right. If I were in charge, I would just make the decisions for them. Right.
Right. But I mean, if you look at who was part of the Separatists, I mean, you had the Trade Federation, you had the Techno Union, you had you had what was the name of the slavers? I can't remember the name.
Targaryens.
Yeah, Targaryen slavers, and so those groups aligned with the Separatists because it allowed them to pursue nefarious practices, apart from the laws of the Republic, so they would then come into more of an alignment if they're allowed to pursue those nefarious, practices, and then they would come into alignment with the Empire. Those that were seeking more independence, to be, just to not be taxed and allow them to have their own, they don't get a really benefit out of the Republic. Those are the ones who say, hey, we're getting taxed, we're not getting a lot of benefit, so we're leaving. And so that, it makes silly that it seems silly that the taxation dispute is the reason for the original conflict. But if it makes sense if you're not receiving a lot out of it. It's just basically you're taking money from me and I'm not getting anything out of it, and that makes people pissed off. So
Right.
the boring topic of taxation routes or trade routes are being taxed is the reason for the rebellion.
Yeah, and the rebellion. The rebels started because they were,
Separatist is still a rebellion.
Yeah. Okay. But that's really what happened. They were getting their so when the Republic collapses, replaced with the Empire, they would not have an automatic. In the sense that the quagmire is gone, right? That they can just move things through. If you're in alignment with what Sheev wants to do, then you're fine. But if you're not, then you wouldn't align with it. You were pulling out because you wanted to be separate. You wanted to be make your own decisions. So autonomous, right? So yeah, that's it. Let's see. We got a couple other comments here. Dale says the enemy of the enemy is my friend. So that's the other half of it. Mon Mothma and Leia Organa, even Bail Organa, those folks, they're the ones that end up aligning. If you think of it more like the Separatists, it makes sense why they are not aligned with the Empire right away, right, or at all. But when you take the others, why would they align with then the Separatists? Which is maybe a good way to look at it. Why would Mon Mothma and Bail Organa, Leia Organa, those folks, as well as the others, align with the Separatists? And you start to get some of that here, where you see they have common ground, right?
Right. And if you remember in the Clone Wars, they had common. There were times when Lux Bonteri, his mother wasn't his mother that one that was killed by the Republic, and so he was pissed off at the Republic, but then at the same time became pissed off at the Separatists, and that was that whole issue that they were trying to find common ground in that series too, where they were trying to convince people not to leave the Republic or to come back out of the Separatists, because they were all friends prior to that whole thing going down. So there are people that are on the other side that have grievances that have not been addressed, and so that's why they left.
Yeah. Iman asks, where are the clones in the Battle of Yavin? George didn't think that far out, I'm guessing. Well, that's typically the answer. I saw a good question earlier come across that says, why didn't Darth Vader sense that Leia was his daughter at the beginning of A New Hope? Well, because in A New Hope, Leia wasn't his daughter yet. It didn't happen until later when he retconned it. So you have to then come up with some answer why, and then you can invent some story. But the real reason is that in A New Hope, Luke and Leia weren't Vader's children yet. And so where were they where were the clones in the Battle of Yavin era, like during the original trilogy era? Well, that's where we see Captain Rex there, who has been in and out depending on Dave Filoni's mood at the time.
Right. But they're not at Yavin, but they're at Endor.
Right, Endor. But during the original trilogy era, right, there would be lots of clones floating around somewhere, or here and there, and like this dude here, right? But presumably most of them are dead.
Right.
That something's going to happen, and I saw it earlier in the comments that before in the kind of the expanded universe, that they did account for that they were. I was just going up to see if I can find it. It happened some time ago that they were killed in mass, right?
Right.
So, and I lost it in the comments, but there you have it.
Well, there's a point at which when they do rebel, and then and then at least in the EU where they do rebel, and then the Empire crushes.
Oh, there it is. I found it. RF Gaming Channel put it in there. Right. The Empire killed off the clones when they were done with them. Right.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because they rebelled. But I think at some point they realize what's happened, and then they probably will deactivate the chip, and then Order 66 doesn't work anymore.
Endless things to talk about as far as what is implied. Oh, that's true. Appreciate it, Will Morgan. So let's see what else would we. The bad thing here with using StreamYard is it holds comments, and then all of a sudden, like 20 come through at a time.
Oh no!
So, yeah. Then I got to scroll up and find out. Okay, where did it cut off? And then see if I can get caught up again. Yeah, the Republic was corrupt. Well, it was in a quagmire. I don't know how corrupt it was, Iman. Sure, certainly with any kind of government, there's corruption going on, but I wouldn't characterize the Republic as corrupt. I would characterize the Republic as being inept.
Yeah, the individual sections are corrupt, and then they use the bureaucracy to their advantage.
Yeah. Mark, that's funny. Don't diss my boy Watt Tambor. Why would the Emperor himself go through all that trouble to eradicate clones while eradicating Jedi? Makes no sense.
Well, yeah. So I mean, I don't think it happens at the same time. I think we're watching this occur. At some point, and this was in the EU as well. I mean, basically, at some point the clones rebel, and Kamino's destroyed, and the clones are systematically wiped out and removed from being the shock troopers of the Empire.
And that largely is so. RF Gaming Channel put employer had no use for him. He had volunteer stormtroopers. That's largely the setup we got in the Bad Batch, where they were saying we're going to try to bring in recruits, right?
Right.
To replace these clones, and where the Kaminoans are saying, wait, we can come up with a new batch of clones that are superior to your stormtroopers. So that's sort of what's going on right now in the Bad Batch. And
right.
Tarkin is the let's get rid of the clones group. So and we know where we end up at A New Hope. So
well, I think that Tarkin he's a pragmatist. And so, and you see that evil pragmatist side of him in Rogue One as well. So he's that evil pragmatist. His goal is not necessarily to get rid of the clones, because his goal is to save money and put resources where he wants the resources to go. So he wants to see if the stormtroopers can do the same job for less money than what the clones cost, or if the clones can achieve it better. So that's why he's there, putting pressure on the Kaminoans to say, hey, you got to be, if you want to keep this deal, you got to either up your productivity or lower your costs. Yeah,
and the clone uprising is coming. We know it's coming, and some people have suggested perhaps that Omega may be involved with that. The Bad Batch may be involved in it. We could even see potentially, and I don't think this is going to be the case, but we could potentially see Crosshair flip and be part of it. But I don't think that's what we're going to see. He seems more set up to become part of the Dark Troopers program. So that's where I would go with that.
No, I think he's going to be redeemed.
You do?
I do.
Or are you just trolling me?
I could be trolling you, but in this case, I'm not.
Oh, that's
totally
great.
Trolling you. Totally. No, I actually think I think that they will put him on a redemption arc. That's what I think.
It could be. We'll have to see how it plays out. Which goes back again. I'll bring up again about the predictions. So this week, you see that the Wall of Fame is quite short, right? The Wall of Fame is quite short. Many of us went with. We're going to Raxus, and that we were going to see the end of the trailers played out in that last episode. But you, my friend, as well as a host of other folks, went the other way.
Yeah, I thought we had one more episode, so I wasn't opposed to going to Raxus. I just thought it was going to be another episode.
Yeah, and so this just out of curiosity, what led you to that line of thinking?
Just where we're at number wise. I thought we would be about about midway, and that would give us the next 5 to finish off the season. Then we would get another trailer. That's what I thought.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Palpatine definitely corrupted the Senate. Well, that's true. Well, he was playing it, right? He was corrupting it internally. But so the reason I asked that the line of thinking question is because we're going into this next episode pretty blind,
Right.
We're relatively blind. The only thing that we have to go on of any substance is the title, right? The title, Devil's Deal. And that is open for interpretation.
Yep.
So, how would you, again, just using whatever your gut tells you, how would you read into Devil's Deal?
I think the Devil's Deal is what we just saw, where he said, if you beat me, you get to be on every mission from now on. And the devil's always in the details, right? So, so the details of what that means is a key factor. And we see that she's a prime strategist, so that seems to be her thing. She can. Like I said, I think intuition kind of helps her in her ability. So if you can intuit things pretty well, then you're going to be a great strategist because you can kind of intuit what other people are going to do.
Yeah. There's 2 ways to read that devil's, like you just mentioned, devil's in the details. That's a common statement, and it's true because it's easy to say, well, we'll do X, Y, and Z, but when it comes down to doing it, that's where the difficulties come up, and thus the saying, right? The other part is doing a deal with the devil, right? It means sort of like cooperating with my enemy to meet a common goal. Right, somebody I don't trust or somebody I despise, I'm going to do a deal with the devil. Not the devil literally, meaning, I'm selling my soul to the devil, but rather it's my enemy. Somebody I don't naturally align with, but I'm going to leverage their strengths to accomplish something on my own.
Right.
Or that meets my.
But it's not somebody I just don't get along with. It's literally somebody who is opposed to me on most everything. So I'm doing, it's kind of referring back to Faust, the deal with the devil. Faustian deals, and it's the signing away of the soul, as you talked about, for the knowledge that you need to accomplish your goal. So you're willing to sacrifice what's ultimately important to you for the cause, for what you think is going to be greater here.
Right. And that's Reskov put it in it. They have to team up with an enemy of some sort, right? So if you go with they have to team up with an enemy of some sort, of course that wouldn't be Omega. You suggested the devil's in the details could be
right. So the other option could be that they're making a deal with maybe they're referring to Phoenix Shand with that one, an enemy or somebody who they think's an enemy, but it's not an enemy.
It's Mephisto. We got several votes for Mephisto in the chat.
It's funny that you say that. It is Mephisto that is the devil in Faust. So the Faustian deal is is how it comes out, right?
It's a Will Morgan, of course. Will put me on this whole proto armor with Omega and the Alpha Omega back before the season started, and he really started feeding that for me. And Will, I'm still waiting on your video, my friend. I know at 1:30 this afternoon, so just under an hour from now, you're premiering another video from WandaVision. But you and I have chatted quite a bit, and you owe us an Omega video. I'm waiting. I need a Meta Egg video about Omega, and he has given me permission to haze him as frequently as I like. So there you go.
I saw a whole bunch of videos too. I mean, I've just been so overwhelmed. It's crazy.
So there it just went. Who's going to play the live action older Omega? Oh, that's what I'm interested in. Yeah, and when will that happen, Iman? Right, that's the other half of the question: is will live action Omega happen in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? Will live action happen in the Book of Boba Fett? Will live action happen in Mando 3, Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka? None of the above? Who knows?
If it's Boba Fett, Gwyneth Paltrow, maybe? Is she too old?
Star Wars Tonight says Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, that's great. So, yeah, if the devil deal is working with an enemy, it very well could be, and I know Magic Maker had to pick up a line, but it very well could be Fennec Shand. Fennec Shand has at least twice come to Omega saying, I'm trying to help you, right? I'm on your side, kid. I'm trying to save you. And Omega hasn't accepted her offer of help. But the devil absolutely could be Fennec Shand, right?
Yeah, the other option is that if it really is the devil, then it's our favorite Duro.
Well, it could be. What about Maul? Maul he's
truly the devil of Star Wars too.
Yeah.
I mean, I just haven't seen him yet, so I don't know how that's going to play out. But
he's floating around out there.
Yeah, it's just no hint yet. I mean, like if we had seen him in an episode come up or something like that, and then something hinting toward it, then I could kind of believe it. But him just showing up like that would be a shock, and like not something I would feel like, what, almost Deus ex machina would almost how I'd feel about that.
Yeah. I don't think they've earned Maul in the setup.
I agree.
It'd be tough to bring him in. Now, contrast that to putting in Cad Bane. Right, they did earn that in the setup because we already knew they hired a bounty hunter, Fennec, who was trying to get Omega, and then we saw them say, "Okay, we need more help," and they went out to hire more, and then they blindsided us with with Cad Bane, which was fantastic. But we've had no setup at all for Maul.
Right,
it would be out of nowhere. So yeah, I want to say less towards that. And let's see, we just got kind of going sideways here, talk about Mace Windu and live action. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, but we got to get there. Sheev brings up another theory that I've seen. Sid makes a deal with the Empire. The devil's deal. So Sid, we know that she's, apt to sell them out. Right?
But she would. I don't think she'd do it with the Empire. I think if maybe Sid made a deal with Cad Bane
or the Kaminoans.
Kaminoans, yeah.
Kaminoans.
Yeah, because she has that information, and she has her ear to the ground. And if they're going to leave her, they're no use to her, so that she'd sell them out.
Darth Chaos. What if it deals with Sid and she eats them out? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I don't know if that's a typo, but it's hilarious. Either way. So
sounds wrong.
You think we'll see Cad Bane again? Now that's another possibility of the devil. But what would the deal with Cad Bane, right? Like the devil's deal. Who would be working with him to accomplish something? Maybe Boba Fett? Anybody? Anybody got
no Boba Fett. No, he's not showing up yet.
Your money's not on Boba Fett showing up yet.
No, and definitely not working with Cad Bane. I think if Boba Fett sees Cad Bane again, it'll be a shot in the gut.
So I gotta pick on Sheev. Maybe Sheev, Cad Bane, and Boba Fett will become best friends. They'll become besties, and then neither will kill each other. And then, so maybe that's going to happen. Cad Bane and Boba Fett, besties, besties forever.
Forever.
They'll exchange necklaces that they can wear. That half a heart.
They'll have their friendship bracelets.
Yeah. Well, it's because Sheev and I have a bet for anybody who's watching here. It's a silly bet, but it's a fun one that says if Cad Bane dies by anybody except Boba Fett, right? If he dies of old age or something else, a Fennec Shan kills him. If Cad Bane dies, but not killed by Boba Fett, then Sheev has to put Santa's winter cabin in his background for an entire week. So so he's got to put this for an entire week. Sheev gets to work at the Santa's winter cabin. However, if Boba Fett kills Cad Bane, it's any time in the future, then Santa has to hang out in Vader's lair for an entire week. So, Santa, it's like the heat miser and the freeze miser exchange, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you enjoy Mustafar.
So I'm going to change my prediction and say they're going to become besties. And oh, that's great. But do you think we will see Cad Bane again in this season of the Bad Batch?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
What if the deal is with Crosshair?
Ooh, Crosshair.
What if they agree to return with Crosshair if they let Omega go? He lets Omega go.
It'd be interesting to see how they work that out. I'm not sure how they would set that up.
And that's how Omega ends up saving them and starting the clone uprising.
Interesting. I like your thought process. I'm just not sure how they would get there from here. But
or what if the deal is Omega with Fennec Shan after they're captured by Crosshair?
Right. Now I do think that there's a high probability that Omega will end up going with Fennec Shan at some point.
Yeah. Maybe there's multiple deals in the sense of this. So like they make a deal with the devil in the sense that they're willing to, all right, we'll go back Crosshair. We'll accompany you back to Camino in exchange for letting Omega go. Omega makes another deal with Fennec Shan in order to save her friends, and all these different things start to roll.
Yeah. Another prediction that some folks have said: will we see Darth Vader in the Bad Batch?
No.
Yeah. I think it's possible, but no. And we've got a funny thing going on. Bobo Fat. That was it was a typo word correction kind of thing. Very funny. And our Discord. Come join our Discord. You can get one free entry to the drawing for the Black Series Jar Jar Binks right here. And again, to get entered into this drawing, we surpassed our 4,000 hours of watch time. We have 4,004 when I got up this morning. So if you put in 4,004 into the chat here or into our Discord chat, you get 10 free entries to receive this Black Series Jar Jar Binks. Plus, you get one for being a member of the Discord. Maximum of 11 entries per person today only. During the live chat, so in the comments afterward, that's no good. You got to do it in the live chat today. 4,004 is the magic number to put in. You put that in the chat here, you get 10 entries. Or if you miss this and you're in Discord, you have until end of day today, 5 p.m. Eastern, to get your 4,004 entered into Santa's Discord. You'll see there's a channel in there for Star Wars Santa. You go into Star Wars Santa, put 4,004, you get 10 entries there as well. So,
yep, and wish him Merry Christmas because he's about to have his Merry Christmas July 22nd.
That's right, July 22nd. We're going to celebrate. Got all kinds of great things coming.
Christmas in July.
Oh, thank you so much, Darth Elvis, a great friend, just a wonderful guy. We need to do another live stream together. We did one, but if the next time we get a good excuse, we need to do another. Boba's brother. It's Boba Fett. It's his brother Bobo, not Boba. Bobo Fat.
Bobo Fat.
Yeah, you get a win Jar Jar by putting 4,004. Right there, you go. And Nikki means it. Thumbs up, or I'm throwing coal through your windows. You know, she means that because she has all the coal. Nikki is on the naughty list.
Stole it. She has stole all the buckets.
Yeah, she's on there on purpose.
That's why we haven't been reviewing any rumors, because we don't have any buckets of coal to give.
We don't have any to give away. Nikki took them all. So RF Gaming. I messed up my predictions. Probably Fennec changed his mind for the predictions. So again, the link to put your predictions is in the description here, and we'll be judging them tomorrow morning. We'll rate them all. We'll score them all in the morning is what I mean to say, and we'll see who gets on the Wall of Fame. But at very least, you want to beat a magic maker so you avoid the Wall of Shame.
Yes.
That's really the most important.
Which basically means you have to do better than about 11, 12 number, you know.
You are consistent, my friend. Every week, boom, right there.
So I'm sitting about 55-60% correct on my predictions. So if y'all don't do better than that, then you're in trouble.
That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness, the chat just took off again. And I'm scrolling up. My goodness, we're gonna have to get caught up here. You guys. Maybe Sid's blackmailing the Bad Batch. Possibly. Sid cannot be trusted. Right. She's super sketchy.
No.
Well, she's told him that face to face, right? I'm feisty today. I'm in a great mood, Nikki. I'm just in a really great mood. You guys have done it for me. You put me in a really great mood. Wait, what if? Where'd it go? It took off on me just as I went to click on it. I saw. I know. I'm trying now. I'm having this. You guys, here it is. What if we're overthinking it? Maybe it's the devil they just found common ground with, the Separatists.
I just think I don't think they're the devil now. That's why I don't think that fits.
It's interesting, right? So I want to know what's up with the Caminoan experiments. Mm-hmm. The super wise. Well, they're sketchy too, right?
But there is a question though. So does Avi Singh come into play in this next episode? That's something we didn't consider.
Yeah. I watched Steve's video the other day, and he made the promise: if Babu Frick kills Cad Bane,
this is your background. Forever Christmas trees in Vader's lair.
Forever. T-Rex. You know, Santa's been accused of this before, being a slaver himself. You have all those countless innocent elves working for what? What are they working for? What is their pay? Are they unionized? Did they get benefits? What about dental? Right?
They got to stop making shoes.
That's right. No more shoes, and you don't have to work in those hot conditions in the trees baking cookies. Oh,
that's why you have to leave cookies for Santa now, because the elves no longer make cookies.
Ducky found a loophole for me. Right? It's not Boba that kills Cad. This is like not falling out of the window doesn't kill you. It's that sudden stop at the end. Right? It won't be Boba that actually kills him. It's the laser blast.
That's right.
The Sith spirit. Let's see. I got to get caught up.
It was the sudden stop of his heart that killed him.
Nick, yeah, the sudden stop of his heart was all that loss of blood. Nikki thinks, yes, we will see a glimpse of Vader. T-Rex in the last episode, Vader. Yeah.
I don't think they're going to bring. I mean, I think there's going to be at least 4 seasons. That's my thought process. I mean, we know there's at least 2, right? So if we're going to see Vader and there's only 2 seasons, it won't happen until the 2nd season. And if there's 4, then it won't happen until probably the end of 2 or the beginning of 3.
I like it. Let's see. I got to get Cole flying straight through the Mace window. You guys in the chat are fantastic. Let's see. I think I'm almost caught up here. Omega should have a hard time meeting Boba. Fennec already can co-sign her. I do think we are going to see Boba Fett.
I do think so too. I just don't. I'm not so sure it'll happen in this season, or at least early this point in the season. Maybe toward the end if it happens.
Bosk, potentially.
Yeah, Boss could easily come into this because of Sid.
Right. And it really, as far as bounty hunters go, could be pretty much anybody.
That's right.
Sid's an OG. Are we going to see Inquisitors?
No, not unless Omega is found to be force sensitive, and then yes, we're going to see Inquisitors.
Yeah. What if the devil is a Davaronian?
What was the name of that Devronian in
In
Rebels?
Mandalorian?
No.
Yep. Oh, okay. Rebels.
In Rebels, what was his name?
I don't remember. But there's one in the Mandalorian. He gets shoved in the door there. Comes in.
Well, I'm more thinking of one that had an acting part. Where he helped the rebels out. What was his name?
I can't remember. Somebody will have to tell us.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
In Rebels.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names, so you're not going to get it from me.
Which is usually the case.
That's exactly it. We're the Adventures of Bosk, right? I want to see Sid smack down Bosk for not eating all the lunch in these lunch boxes. So people go up with Sid being Bosk's mom.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
I think that Vizago, right?
Vizago,
right?
Vizago.
Yeah, you got it, Nikki. So the idea that Sid could be boss, I think Sid sounds like a fantastic Aunt Sid, right? Wouldn't that be great for Bosk? I'm for it.
I'm all for it too. Yeah, that's Sid's Bosk's mom.
Yeah. So I want to just do a little bit. We can deal with Q&A and stuff like that, but I do want to go back and review quickly. Look, we've met all the requirements for monetization. We've got some plans in place. So first of all, those you've all heard 4004. Put it in the chat. Join Discord. Put it in there. You'll get 10 entries for putting 4004 in the chat or into the Discord channel, and you get 1 point, 1 entry for being a member of the Discord. So you can get 11 entries that way. Then we are going to have membership levels. At the $2 level, we're going to have you can join channel member at $2. There will be a monthly giveaway of a vintage collection figure, one that I've reviewed. So we will take those vintage collection figures and begin to cycle them out and get new ones to review and cycle them out. So if you're a vintage member, then you get 1 entry into that every month. The second level will be at the $5 level. If you're supporting the channel at the $5 level, that's the Black Series membership. Those will get an entry into the vintage collection drawing, as well as 1 Black Series giveaway every month. We will give away a Black Series figure as well as a vintage collection figure every month. So vintage collection members are eligible for the vintage. Black Series are eligible for both. So those will happen every month. And then we'll have Premier memberships. Premier memberships are at the $10 level. And for that, we will, you're entered into both of the other drawings. And then on a, as funds allow, right? So as we get super chats, as we get funds, as we get members, the revenue that comes in, the goal of that is to give it back out. And with that, then I will purchase either like a hot toy or a lightsaber, something of premium value, review it for the channel, and then send that out to one of our premier members. So that will be there as well. And then one thing that I switched to Patreon. No, I'm not going to do Patreon. I think we're just going to do YouTube memberships. So with those YouTube memberships. And then one special giveaway that we're going to do relatively soon is, and it'll depend on funds, right? We've just got the Slave One, Vintage Collection Slave One came in today. And that is going to be reviewed. I think I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. Try to review it tomorrow. We're going to open it. We'll review it. We'll take a look at it, and I'll keep it. Once we get enough funds to help reimburse for the slave one, then all of our channel members, all channel members, at the $2, $4, $10 level, will be entered to win this slave one, the one I'm holding right here. So if you would like to get Boba Fett's slave one, there it is, Boba Fett slave one. Oh, it's not called Boba Fett's Starship. Slave one, right there on the package.
It's a shame. I'm going to complain.
Shame. Then you can get this vintage collection, Boba Fett's slave one. So this will be given away as soon as we get the funds to reimburse that. So look, channel memberships are going to have advantages. We want to make sure that all of this is invested back in all of you. So I appreciate all.
We did it.
No, we did it. Yeah, I appreciate all that you guys have done to help get us here and to reach these levels, and we'll be doing that as well. So let's see what else we have. Levels of membership. That's going to be coming. So we've got to get it set up as soon as YouTube opens up all the monetization. We can set up memberships. We can set up the badges and all of that. We will release it. So more to come. I've still got some some forms to fill out, some hoops to jump through, some hurdles to cover. Once all that happens and the monetization gets enabled, we can set up the memberships. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, with the reviews becoming the prices. That's exactly it. What do you think of Star Wars Visions? Have you seen it? Yes, I did see the preview. Have you seen that, Imagic Maker?
Just the preview. I haven't seen any episodes.
Oh no, they all get released September 20th.
Okay,
right.
I was about to say, I didn't know the episodes were out.
Yeah, no, they come out in September all at once.
No, it looks good. I actually like the way it's looking to me.
Yes.
I mean,
people are giving me a hard time because it's and they've been hazing me on Discord as well.
Shame on y'all.
Well, we have a lot of fun. we have a lot of fun, but I've been talking about. I
don't mind Nicole because it helps me keep my house warm.
Well, you could right. You can see Astro Boy in there, and they talk about him. I'm like, no, come on, we don't need Astro Boy in Star Wars. So say it as a kind of anti-Astro Boy in Star Wars. Not that I have anything against Astro Boy. I just don't see the crossover being necessary.
Right.
But a lot of people love Astro Boy, and again, I'm just having a lot of fun because none of it's canon. It's going to be a fun series to watch.
Right.
And if it's a great story, if it's a fun story, I'll like it just as much as everybody else. But I've been given a hard time about this Astro Boy thing. So I know I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. Some of it looks amazing. Some of it looks.
No, I think you got to have this. You got to take some of the diehard seriousness out of the story, and or, at least have an event, place that's where you can go. Well, let's just have fun with it. Otherwise, you just get bogged down. I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, we love the canon junkie, all of this, but this is fun. Yeah,
and I know some people don't care for anime, and so it's not their cup of tea. And that's what makes it really nice is it's not canon. So if you don't want to watch it, if you don't like anime, there's nothing saying that nobody's going to twist your arm, to do it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. Yeah, RF Gaming Channel. Boba Fett spaceship, that's a starship. It comes from the Lego package renaming, and it caused a big uproar over the slave one. And people were making all kinds of clickbaity videos about it. I gave Thor Skywalker a hard time about it. He replied back to me, kind of said, "Yeah, I know, but we gotta still push back on the concept that they've changed the name, but they've changed it.
It's completely changing. You'll see by Christmas it'll be completely changed.
We'll see. This is a re-release, right? So right. This is a re-release. It's got
when was the package printed? That's the question.
Well, and that's what Nikki asked, right? She said, like, when was this printed? But you can see here, like it's got new details and colors on it that weren't on the previous model. It's really exciting.
I'm excited. Is the release date on the package?
Well, it was just released. The model was just released last week, and it was shipped this week. So it's brand new. You pre-ordered it back months and months ago. Right? We pre-ordered it months ago. So the question is, when did they decide to do the renaming? When was the packaging already in the pipeline?
Right.
And then would they recall it, or was it included as part of that? All those kind of details are unknown.
By Christmas, it'll be back to Boba Fett Starship.
But we know that this one that just released last week and it shipped this week is Boba Fett's Slave One. So all that hoopla is a little premature if you ask me, but we'll see. There's a new preview of Bounty Hunters #2 in Discord. Oh, so there you go. You got to come out and check out our Discord. We have all kinds of great stuff in there. I hope we'll see more Slave One soon. Yes, we're going to see this. I'm going to open it, I hope, tomorrow.
Or Boba Fett Starship.
Slave One. That says right on the package.
Boba Fett Starship.
It says Slave One right on the box.
Boba Fett Starship.
Yeah, a lot of people are excited because of anime. That there are people who like this is a marriage that they couldn't have dreamed of. Right? They love Star Wars, they love anime, and this marriage of Star Wars with anime with some of these iconic studios in Japan, it has a lot.
It's good. It's very good. I think it's a good way to go. Yeah. Personally, I think that is.
Boba renames it in the Book of Boba. He could rename it. We'll see. You guys are giving me a hard time. You're right, the Astro Boy. Star Wars could be anything. It's an entire universe. New styles, new ideas. Right. Don't play with the established canon.
That'll be the new name of the ship, Asteroid Boy 1.
Astro Boy 1. Oh, Ducky's. And Ducky's the one that started it on Discord. He had to tag Zuvium, Martin Keeler, and to say, hey, Martin, wouldn't it be amazing if Santa thought he was opening Slave One, but but Zuvium mailed me a giant Astro Boy instead, right? If I opened this box and it was a big Astro Boy doll, oh man,
that'd be hilarious. Boba Fett's new ship.
Oh, that's so funny. Thank you, Star Wars MCU. Oh, gee, be sure you put 4004 in the chat to get 10 entries for that Black Series Jar Jar Binks. So it's a universe. Open new stories. Yeah, I'm open to new stories as well. And if some of these spark enough interest for them to create some more canon stories based around some of these ideas, I'm all for it. 90s Power of the Force Slave One and storage. There you go. TVC are different demographic from the kids who buy Lego. Yeah, we talked about Lego has renamed all of the vehicles. It's a common practice with Lego that they put the characters on there instead of the vehicle name, and they've done it across the board. And that they did it here. The only thing that raised concern is because they had released the Slave One before with Slave One, and now they're releasing it, and it was Boba Fett Starship. But they did the same thing with the Bad Batch, and they did the same thing with Darth Vader. They did it with a ton of vehicles. It's consistent. Their consistent naming convention is the name of a character and what that thing is, right? So
no, it's normal. I mean, most parents are not sitting there watching every bit of the cartoons or watch this show over and over again. But 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds have, and they're like, and so they say, "This is what I want," and they're like, "What's Slave One?" Well, Boba Fett Starship, And so what do? They go there. Oh, Boba Fett Starship. I see that. Okay, all right, son, I'll get that for you. All right, daughter, I'll get that for you.
Yeah. with Sheev, it's the furry that I'm like, I'm a little the same way. Sheev, I'm like, let's be careful, but maybe it'll be fine. We'll see. We'll see. What's wrong with a non-human Jedi protagonist? Like Ahsoka. Ahsoka's non-human. There are non-human Jedi protagonists in Star Wars. We just haven't seen like a movie that features them or something like that yet. But Kit Fisto, he's non-human. There's a lot of them. Yoda, non-human. So that's all good. There you go.
When are we gonna get one that's not bipedal?
Oh, not bipedal. Yeah. Well, that's good. I was trying to remember. I think there is some in the non-canon, right, in the Legends comics, for sure. And what if Geode becomes a Jedi?
Geode, I need your help. Toss it. I'm going to toss you the lightsaber. Boom.
And Sheev says, yeah, it was the designer of the Lego set. Disney told him they didn't want him to use the name. That's what it all started from. I know that. I know it came from that, plus some guy at a convention who had a modeler who had a new Slave One model to release. And Disney asked him, or Lucasfilm asked him to change the name on it as well. So it does appear that in some models, in some lines, they are renaming it on purpose. And that's what got everybody's antenna up and got their ire up. But for me, that's still a little premature. And she went hot on it. He had one stream where he went really hot on it. And X-Wing, who was here earlier, he went hot on it in one of his streams. Guys, I'm just saying, calm down, right? Until it comes into canon.
I say get madder, get more mad. Anger is the way. It solves
until it
everything.
comes into canon and you see how it's executed. That becomes really the thing, right? So it all is about execution, how it's told, how it's conveyed, and if it changes anything that we already know.
No, I think you should go break stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just don't. I don't think that's. Yeah, she she went too hard. I'm calm. Yeah. It's just
You shall pay for your lack of vision.
Plus, red-eyed anger videos get more clicks, so there's that. The character Boba
Why do you
Fett,
think I have red eyes?
I'm furious. Boba Fett's never going through a transformational experience. Well, he did get the Sarlacc pit. It kind of affected. He's got some scars, right?
It's pretty transformational.
Yeah, they want face on they can relate to studios with the non-humans. Well, I mean, Yoda is big. I think Grogu is going to be huge. And as far as a bipedal, it's possible. I just don't know yet. The episode. Okay, so here, Matthew. I think next episode will have a lot of crosshair drama. Him wanting revenge. This is where my predictions are going. For episode 11, my predictions are going back to Crosshair. We're going to see. So when you do your predictions, know that Santa has put his chips into that basket. So I'm going heavy with Crosshair, going back to the Empire, all of that, going back to Camino and seeing what's going on there. I think the episode is going to be more centric on that. Oh, we lost the magic maker. We have gone long, and his phone dies on him. So that's probably what happened there. Sheev, I'll call it Slave 2. There is already a Slave 2, right? It's the first one that Ahsoka destroyed. Yeah, RIP Kit Fisto. Oh, he's back. There you go. You're back.
Yes, I'm back, barely.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think we kind of hopped on it. I mean, last thing I heard talking about was going to Crosshair, but we just said a Crosshair. I think it might be multiple deals in this. The deal, we just had one deal, which is the deal. If you beat me, you get to be a part of the team every time. The next deal that'll follow will be the deal with with Crosshair and the team, and the next deal will be the deal between Omega and Fennec Shand, and then there might even be some sort of deal with Cad Bane mixed in all of that. So it could actually get really. There can be multiple deals going on.
Yeah. Episode 11 predictions. What's happening tonight? Put them in. I'm going heavy with Crosshair. Crosshair, Camino, the Empire, with some Bad Batch thrown in. What are your high-level predictions for tonight?
I think I just laid it out, but
Yes.
I think the Bad Batch won't be in it at all this time.
Oh,
I'm joking. I'm joking. There's no way you have the story of the Bad Batch without them showing up in it.
good, very good. Well, and then aggressively brings up the first Star Wars spent half an hour with the first two releases, first half hour. Yeah. Crosshair could reverse engineer who Bad Batch is working with and find Sid. Perhaps. So I do think we're going Crosshair. It's time to go back, revisit how he's healing, where he is, what's going on, and perhaps set up one of the future episodes. We know the next episode after this, I think, is Rescue on Ryloth. And then the one after that is it drops a pretty big name. So that could be, we could be setting that up in this episode. So that's where
I think that, especially since now they're definitively an enemy of the Empire, Crosshair is distinctly gunning for them.
There are 6 episodes left, including tonight's, Iman. There's 16 episodes total. This is episode 11 tonight. So 16. 6 more left. So, all right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. Everybody, we've had a lot of fun today. And 16 episodes. You're right. We're going to wrap it up here, and we'll come on tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, for the watch party. We will score everybody's predictions, and we will then talk a little bit about the episode afterwards. We'll have our reactions to it. Later today, 5 p.m. today, I'm going to lock down the entries for the Jar Jar Binks right here. The Black Series Jar Jar Binks. We'll lock down the entries, and we will start drawing for those. So we'll see who wins the Black Series Jar Jar Binks. And then any day now, July 22nd, Santa's birthday, we're going to do a special celebration stream. Invite lots of folks to come on. Star Wars Theory, we'll invite him. Josh from the Den of Nerds, we'll invite him. Of course, our friend, the Magic Maker here. Go watch Meta Egg. That's right, 1:30, Meta Egg. They're doing that premiere later today. Those are fantastic episodes. Be sure to go do that. Support my friend Will Morgan and all the folks who are over with Nerd Holla Network. We're part of the Nerd Holla Network, and Will Morgan and lots of other content creators are involved there, and you can get connected to folks that have interests like yours. So go check that out as well. A Magic Maker, as usual. Thank you, my friend.
All right. Thank you all. May the Force be with you.
And Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye.